So, some of you have asked me how to read the newspaper. First of all, the first thing you have to do is you have to get the main syllabus and understand the syllabus. Once you understand the main syllabus, now you have to focus on what are the newses you have to avoid from the newspaper. You can avoid the newses like political news, entertainment, crime news like murder, rape, theft, and the most important, you have to ignore the sports news because focusing on this news is not related to the UPSC examination, and you have to focus on news related to, mainly you have to focus on the news in the editorial section of the newspaper. For example, if you have to focus on news related to Indian polity, you have to focus on Supreme Court judgments and policies by the government. Either it can be state governments or union governments. And then when it comes to economics, you have to focus on the reports from Reserve Bank of India, Finance Ministry report, and various news about other banks. And you have to focus on environment news like endangered species, extinct species, pollution. And you have when it comes to international relations, for example, if you take the recent news, there is an issue between India and Maldives that is going on. Issues between India and China. South Africa has sanctioned Israel over Gaza issue. These are some of the international news you can focus. When it comes to social issues, you need to focus on women related and public health, poverty, urbanization. And then when it comes to science and tech, you can focus on satellite launches. For example, recently India launched Chandrayaan. Also, India launched the X-ray satellites. And you can also focus on the defense developments in the newspaper. These are some of the newses you can focus. Also, you need to when you understand the main syllabus, you will come to know what is the news which is important to the UPSC point of view, and what are the newses you need to avoid. So understanding the syllabus is one of the most important thing. And this is where you have to make short notes from the articles on newspaper. For example, if fundamental rights is on the news, you have to check what the article is about, why is it on the news, and if there is any recent Supreme Court or High Court views on the article, and if there are any recent amendments made to the article. And then you have to take the syllabus or take the Indian polity book or whatever the resource you are using, and you have to relate the article in the newspaper and then study the static portion in the book you are referring. You can make this comparative study to understand the ongoing issue and developments with respect to the matter that is being discussed in the newspaper, and also to understand the pros and cons related to the news. This can help you in writing the mains answer writing and give you more ideas, analysis of what's going on, and you can come to a matured, balanced conclusion using that. Also, you have to ignore the opinionated news in the newspaper. That is a newspaper supporting or validating one-sided arguments, and you have to focus on ideas that are more in-depth analyzed, which gives a proper resolution. There should be a high level of maturity in the article that has been discussed. As I told you, for example, take this case. There is an article about rapid rise in web blocking orders shows RTI reply. This article is about section 69A of IT Act. This is related to governance. These are important to both the prelims and the mains part of the UPSC. So when you read this article, you have to, when you finish this article, you can go and revise what is the section 69 act of the IT Act, and what is the union government is blocking the contents on the online, what is the reason behind it. And then you can make short notes about the article, and also the short notes comparing the static portion of the syllabus. This is another article that talks about the minorities, which is mentioned in the Article 30, which is the fundamental right of the Indian Constitution. Article 30 talks about the rights of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions. This is in the news. When you read articles related to fundamental rights, and then you have to go and revise the static portion in the book you are referring. So in this way, you can become a master in covering the both current affairs and the static portion comparatively, or you can say together at the same time. So when you revise the current affairs, it will be easy for you to answer the questions in both the prelims and mains exam. So this is how I cover my current affairs, and I hope this helps.